Hello friends, today's discussion is about multiplication of a decimal by the powers of 10 like 10, 100, 1000 and so on. So let's start. Let us take the example of 3.25 multiplied by 10. So let's see how we multiply a decimal number when we are using 10. Now here what you have to do, first write down the number as it is without the point. So if I take out the point, we will get 325, that is 325, it is written as it is. After that, we have to count the number of zeros in this one. So here how many zeros are there? Here we have only one zero. Since the number of zeros here is 1, so what you will do, you have to just move one point towards the right side. So the point will move one place towards the right. Remember, towards the right. So earlier the point was here. So it will move one step towards the right and it will reach here. So that becomes now 32.5. So here we can see that just you are counting the number of zeros here and moving the point towards the right. Let's take one more example. Suppose here we multiply 3.3578 multiplied by 100 now. The same thing we will do. Just write down the number as it is without the point, 33578. After that, we have to count the number of zeros here. So here we have two zeros. So the point has to move two places towards the right. Two places towards the right. So earlier the point is here, as you can see in the question. So the point is here. So it has to move two steps towards the right. So 1 and 2, the point reaches here. Two places it has moved. So the answer becomes now 335, that is 335.78. Let's do the same multiplication again. Now we will take 1000. Same thing, we will write down the number as it is. After that, we will count the number of zeros, 1, 2, 3. So our decimal place is here, it will move three places. So 1, 2, 3 and the point reaches here. So that becomes now 3357.8. So the same way we can multiply it by 10,000, 1 lakh, 10 lakhs, whatever it is, it should be the power of 10. That's the most important thing you have to remember, it should be the powers of 10. So 10, 100, 1000 and so on. Let's take some more examples. So let's take here 3.25 multiplied by, suppose we have 10,000. So here the same thing, first what we will do, we will write down the number as it is without the point. So this is the number without the point. After that you have to count the number of zeros. So 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. So the point is here now. So it has to move 4 places towards the right side. 4 places towards the right side, remember. So just count 4 places. So 1 and 2. Oops. So there are no more places onto the right side. So what we will do, as we move on to the right side, the number of places required will be put zeros. So after that we can put a point and then 0. So the point has moved 1, 2, 3, 4 places towards the right. Now if I write 3000, so 32,500.0, it is same as 32,500, because we know after the point if there are zeros it has no meaning. So we may write, we may not write. So the answer can be written as 32,500 only. So as you know, if we have a whole number, that means a point is there here, because always remember the point lies after the ones place only. So we will say that after the ones place we have a point here. So let's take another example. Suppose here let us take 4.3 multiplied by, suppose we will take 1 lakh. Same thing, first write down the number as it is, after that count the number of zeros. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros are there here. So the point has to move 5 places now, 5 places towards the right. So here the decimal point is here, now it has to move 5 places towards the right. So on to its right only one place is there. So let's keep on putting more 4 zeros. We may put a point here and a 0, or else we can just leave it. We can put a point and a 0, or else just leave it. There is nothing wrong in this. So we can write it as like this, or we can write it as like this. In both the cases it is correct. So we may put a 0 after the point, or we may just leave it. But if you are using a point, you have to put 0. You cannot leave just like by a point here. If you are using a point, you have to put 0, because a point is meant because we have a decimal part. That's why you use a decimal point. So if you are using a decimal point, you have to show a decimal part in the answer. So in both the cases, we will get the same answer, whether we put a point and 0 or only the whole number. Thank you and keep exploring.